Good evening, everybody. Welcome back. And it might be a very short stream tonight. And I've had some thoughts about how we have been setting up. I've been watching the last couple of games that United have been playing. And I feel that maybe I've misinterpreted this, that his idea of getting them to run backwards isn't about pressing. Because what I've noticed over the last couple of games is that he wants them to press and press hard high up the pitch, which they're not doing. They're not capable of doing it. And he's getting more and more frustrated when they give up doing it after first half. They can't do it in the second half. But the bigger news, so we've changed the tactic a little bit, but the bigger news is that despite the fact that we are in seventh, despite all the problems that we faced, we're sitting in seventh, and we just get this email just suddenly. Oldman on the verge of sack ahead of the Wolves match. The Manchester United hierarchy appear to be finally losing patience with manager Phil Oldman. They are declaring that a bad result against Wolves in the forthcoming Premier League match could seal his fate. And that would be quite extraordinary to be in seventh. I know, it would be quite extraordinary given all the problems that we have had, and to still be in seventh, to suddenly find that we get sacked. And I mean, FM24 is doing my head in. It's really quite a unique position. So I don't know. Lewis, can we stop with this now? It's nice to have you here, but other people, you're flooding the chat, and other people need to chat. Can we stop this? But so the Europa League round of 16 draw is today. We sailed through the group, as of course you will. No matter how bad you are, you will always qualify from the group, and we did. I thought it might be a little bit, we'll use a little bit of time because it might be a short episode, and we'll watch the Europa League draw. We're probably not going to be in it because we're probably going to be sacked, but lots of big teams in there. Interesting that teams like Barcelona, Bayern, Lazio, Sporting, they're all in the Europa League. They probably came from the Champions League. But yeah, big teams are going to be in this Europa League draw. So we'll have a look at the draw. Might use up a little bit of time. Nightcrawler, how are you doing? Good evening, Schmidtstorm. And yep, this email has been a little bit of a... Oh, we are going to play Slavia Prague, so we've missed Barcelona and Bayern, which is kind of cool. So we can now advance to the end and see what comes out. It'd be cool if Bayern are playing Barcelona, but I don't think that's going to happen. Barcelona, though, are playing Dortmund. There are a lot of good teams left in this phase of the competition. Bayern Munich, yeah, they've got an easy one. Real San Sebastian. So, yeah, this email that came out, I find it hard to believe, whether it's the press just speculating. The board have said nothing to me. And I would be surprised if I get sacked without any consultation with the board. But what really puzzles me is that we are in seventh. And it is very, very strange. Well, you see the email yourself. It's obviously from the press. I've had no word from the club that I'm facing the sack. If we look at the club vision, you can see they're disappointing. They're disappointed. We failed in the cup, but they are pleased with the challenge for the Europa League. Well, they should be, because I think we finish top of the group, group stage. We finished top of our group, yeah. So sailed through that. Not a problem there. So where this is coming from, I don't know, but we can see that the club are disappointed, and they're disappointed that the team are currently on course only to achieve a top half finish. I would say we're on course to finish in the Europa League. And I think if they talk to me, if they do call me in and say, "Oh, wait, why are you not going for the Champions League?" I think if there's an option, I will say it's probably more realistic to qualify for the Europa League given the squad of players that we've got. So I've made a few tweaks to the tactics, and I have been watching Manchester United play, and based on how they play, I've made a few tweaks. Now I'm going to play the central of the three defenders as a libero. And I want him to push up into midfield because I've seen that happening. Maybe we misinterpreted that when we had these as wide centre-backs trying to be on attack. I'm going to push the libero up into midfield. And that's an attacking move as such, just to support the midfielders. We're going to rely heavily on the other two at the back. We're going to be very open at the back. Good evening, Andy. You've just about made it, because this is going to be a short episode, I think. And then what we're going to do is we're going to play with a high press. We're going to trigger press as much as we can, get in their face. And I think that is what United start out doing. Having watched several videos of them, the problem is that with Manchester United is when they run out of puff, the line starts to drop. It starts to get deeper and deeper. And that's what creates the problems, because there's so much space then in midfield that they're getting overrun. Hey, Adam, how are you doing? So, as we are reportedly on the verge of the sack, I thought, well, let's just attack. And we're playing bottom of the league team Wolves. This is our nemesis club, Wolves. And it's a game we should win, and we're at home. Let's go and attack them and see if the new system of pressing, see if they can do it in FM if they can't do it in real life. That email is a big concern. That came out of the blue. We're sitting in 7th, and I've never seen that before when a club is sitting in 7th. The expectations of this board are high, so Amorim better watch his step. I'm actually doing better than Amorim is doing in real life. So we are going to start attacking, and we're going to go for it. So we've done the draw. It probably isn't going to concern me at the end of the day. Maguire now has got himself injured. Noticing that they're all defensive players. The FM doing its little tricks again. And I don't think he was in the first team at the moment, but it does leave us short at the back for this game against Wolves. So we'll adjust the bench. I think he's on the bench, and we'll adjust the bench as and when we get to the game. But if we don't win this, I think we're out of the door. Or at least if we don't win this, the board will call me in to explain. And this has been quite an interesting little save, because I've already been called into the board twice. Once for Fernandes not playing very well. If you remember that one, that was quite interesting. And I can't remember what the other one was for. And let's see what happens. I think it might be a very short stream tonight, because I don't feel very optimistic that we can beat Wolves. My record, especially against teams from lower down in the league, is not very good. So the team I've got is Martinez, Lindelof and De Ligt. And I'm going to push Lindelof up into midfield. We are going to try and attack them. That means that Casemiro can get a little bit further forward. Not that much forward. And it should be a support role. And then we've got the two attacking wing backs. Up front, it's pretty much the same. But we are going to focus down the flanks. We've got those attacking wing backs going down the flanks. We're going to play shorter, slightly higher. And the only thing I can think of is because they are a team of dribblers, just get them to run at the defence. That's what United are doing. So get them to run at the defence. But I do believe that Amorim wants them to counter-press. And I watched the last games they've played, and they are trying to get at teams high up the pitch. So we've included that as well as counter-attacking. It's a high-intensity tactic. Whether United can do this, I don't know. I don't know about very attacking night. We're going to be vulnerable at the back. We're only going to have 3 players as a rest defence. So we're going to leak goals, but can we score enough is the question. And good evening, Max. Good to see you. And let's continue. I really don't want to play this game. I haven't been sacked in FM since, I think it's FM24 was the last time I was sacked. I think it was with Portsmouth or Norwich. It was either Portsmouth or Norwich that I got sacked. And at that point, I decided after 22 and after 23, I decided I'm probably never going to get sacked again. But here we go. I did come close, if you remember, guys, to getting sacked at Bournemouth when we did the early live stream after I left Notts County when I lost the dressing room. We almost got sacked at Bournemouth before Juventus stepped in. Luke Shaw's getting fitter, but it might not matter. So here we go. If you are sitting in there, give us a like, guys, because likes are the most valuable thing to content creators. Likes are what pushes the algorithm to push videos out to other people. So if you wouldn't mind, it would be great. And let's... it's getting to be spamming now, Luis, and my spam is picking up on it. So you might find you get banned in a minute. So I would stop doing it, Luis. So we've got Rashford in the shadow striker berth. So I don't know. Can he do it? Can anybody do it? I don't want to play more direct. I think it's a bit silly. I think the assistant is saying that because we have been playing a little bit more direct than normal. Yeah, but my spam, is picking it up, Lewis. It won't be me that bans you. It'll be YouTube. I'm getting messages. So that's not promoting the channel. So what does the run at defence... Well, it encourages them to dribble more, to run at the defence, basically. If you just hover over it, instructs the players to run at the opposition more than the tactic allows by default. So basically what you're saying is don't try to pass too much. Just run at them and cause chaos by running at them. Wolves, if we look at Wolves and we go and look at the data hub, they're going to play direct counter-attack. I think we probably should be playing with a high line. But anything that has the word direct in it as a something that I would rather drop the line. We don't have any pace here, so we're just going to drop the line down a little bit. So Højlund, of course, is just back from an injury. Oh, I got the sound on, have I? So let's take the sound off. That's because I've been doing a different save. And let's go to extended. And I don't know. I really don't know. I think it's time we shut a few people up. Like that reporter who's just leaked to the press that I'm on the verge of getting sacked. I think it's time we shut them up. And got our act together. I understand that Amorim has caused some problems. He has had a hairdryer moment, shall we say, after the Brighton game. Broke a TV. I'm noticing their ratings are not very good, which of course they won't be for teams who are low down in the league. And actually thinking about Cunha, tight marking him might not be the best option because of his pace and his dribbling ability. I think we need to close down their midfield more than anything. We'll start with Gomez and try to get them to play the ball to Andre instead. I really don't feel very optimistic. I just hope the lines will work today and that we've set the line up right. I have a feeling we might have to push the line up a little bit because they are going to come through the middle probably. And I think we probably need to get the lines up a little bit. I'm not sure I want to be getting stuck in, which I did. I remember I did take that off prior to setting up the stream. And this doesn't look very much like direct counterattack to me. They are kind of passing it around. Might be I'll have to get stuck in a minute. But I think the line is too deep. Oh, it almost starts with an own goal. I think the line is too deep and there's too much space in between the midfield and the... So basically what we want to do as well is step up more, prevent them getting into that space. Let's hope we can hold out from this set piece. One of the interesting things is that in every other save I'm doing, like in the Ipswich save, Manchester United, with exactly the same team, are absolutely flying away at the top of the league. And it's like, FM is a strange beast. Why won't they play for me? And it's like really weird. But I think that was a good indicator that pushing the lines up. Look how high the wing backs are at the moment. Biggest ever transfer flop. Here's the problem where we're gonna get a red card. Casemiro is gonna get sent off. That is not ideal. Oh, I think the game is saying you're gonna get sacked. There's nothing I can do now. Fernandez will have to come back in here. He can't play there. So I'll have to take Højlund off, I think. Put Rashford up top. And we will put Kobe Mainu in there. I guess that's the end of that then. I wasn't expecting to have a player sent off at after 8 minutes. We do obviously have to come down. I'll come down to a balanced approach now. We can't be doing this nonsense with 10 men. And are we going to play better with 10 men, I wonder? Yeah, I mean, gone back at... Do you think it really makes any difference? I have played with playing wider, but I don't actually think it makes any difference when you click that. Normally, in every tactic that I've played fairly narrow. It is a narrow system with just the wing-backs providing width. Both the wing-backs are instructed to run wide with the ball. So I'm not even sure. Good evening, FM Academy. So I'm not even sure it does make that much of a difference. And I agree, Knight. I think the worse your passing is, I absolutely agree with that, the narrower you go. And especially if you're closing down a game, then you want to play very narrow because you want your passes to connect. If you're going to try and hold on to the ball, just set it to narrow so that your passes can connect from player to player. You don't want great distances between the players. Oh, I thought the referee was going to give a penalty then, just to rub it in. How are you doing, FM Academy? Are you good? So at the moment, we are the better team on the pitch. We've only got 10 men, but we are the better team at the moment. They are coming back, though. We've had our 5 minutes, and they're going to obviously demolish us from here on, especially if the players play like that. We're going to get demolished. And I don't understand this because it's... Okay, the system is not great. Or the system isn't bad that we were playing. But when we see things like that on the screen, and we see what happened just earlier, just giving the ball away without any effort, something doesn't feel right. And twice, on 2 occasions, my players have just stopped and given the ball away. And I'm not sure how you rectify that, apart from giving them an absolute rollicking. And why is FM taking this stance when in the other save at Ipswich, the same players are romping away with the title? It's a different game when you are managing them. And there's something amiss here in this save. And again, it's a new save. So the level of difficulty in a new save, as I've said in my video, should not be this high. Why the level of difficulty is this high is probably, as I've said before, is that it's linked to your manager profile. Because as we discovered in that video, I discovered that the total game experience, another example of just giving the ball away. I suppose I could go get stuck in now because we're not going to get two sent off. So your total skill is what will decide the level of challenge. So the only thing it's got to measure you on is your manager profile. So I do believe if you start a new save, change your manager profile so that it fools the computer into thinking it's not you now. Matt Mighty, how are you doing? But it looks like another defeat, and I think it's going to be a very short episode because if we get beaten here today, we are probably facing the sack. Marcelos, how are you doing? But we are, since we've gone down to 10 men, we're playing better. We're playing better than we were with 11 men. Maybe a stupid question, but how to interpret QX? QX, enlighten me. I thought we were going to give the ball away again then. Are they getting a red card? Nope. Only we're getting a red card. Match momentum. Okay, how to interpret match momentum. Match momentum is very, very simple to interpret. and we'll stop it when we get the iPad back. It's one of the two things that I look at, having discovered how the lines play out. I might put the wing backs on support, actually, to stop them trying to get behind. Let's do that first. Let's put the wing backs on support. It's a little bit more of a defensive, since we've gone back to balanced. So yeah, match momentum when it comes up, when the iPad comes up, nearly came up. I suppose at this point you should be thinking about changing your defensive set pieces, but he has done that. He's not got anybody up top anymore, out at a corner. So my assistant has done that. Okay, so the two things I'm going to look at is match momentum. And you can see we had the match momentum at the beginning of the half, and Wolves have come back into it. Match momentum is just simply where the game is going, where the game is being played. The game is basically being played in our half at the moment. Obviously a concern. The concern with that is, where are they actually playing the game? And you can see from this now that they're playing mostly down the flank. So what I need to do now is drop the line a little bit, and because they're trying to get outside, I need to defend the spaces outside. So we'll see if that makes any difference. If the momentum changes now, then that's a good decision that we've made. And it does look like the momentum has changed a little bit since we've made those little tweaks. But unfortunately, we still can't score a goal. But does look like the... Hi, Dav, how are you doing? It does look like the momentum's changed. And when it comes up next time, we'll see probably momentum has changed. And we've got another shot on target there, which is good news. So that's what I look at. And when the match momentum changes, you need to make sure that defensively you are covering the spaces where they are going to attack. And at that time, they were attacking down the flanks. So very important we start pushing them back to the middle. I think because at this point, with the way that our defence is set up, don't get another red card, you dafty. Now you can see now, match momentum has changed. So by dropping the line, we've got the match momentum back. And you can see that they're still focusing down the flanks, so we don't have to do anything at this point in time. Proud of everyone's efforts. Let's be nice to them. I need you to step up, though. And Rashford is on a 6.4 again. And the rest of the team are following close behind. So I don't know if I want to make any changes. Does Rashford need to come off? He's got his shin is hurt a little bit. And, maybe needs a plaster. But I'm a bit concerned. So what I got to watch for is, are they going to change the way they are playing now in response to me dropping the line? And yes, they are. Visually, I can see there's a little bit of an attempt to go through the middle. And I want them to go back through the middle now, so that I can push the line up and close down that avenue of... Oh, I thought he was going to give the ball away again then. And we have. And that's that dribble more, the run at the defence thing. I find that dribbling, players when they dribble, they give the ball away much more than they keep it. Apart from the wing backs, who seem to be able to dribble quite nicely down the outside. But players in other areas of the pitch, when they have a little run at the defence, they generally more often than not give the ball away. The wing backs, though, are very good at it. And, oh, there we are. We've gone behind. It was coming. And that came down the flanks, so they're still able to get behind us. So my only option now is, because they've got behind us on the flanks, I'm going to go into a mid-block, try and close that space, but keep the line where it is. They're going to get behind my wing-backs, and it's pretty much game over now. We're not coming back from this, not with 10 men. And I think what's going to happen is I'm going to find myself unemployed, and that will be end of save. It will have failed, despite the fact that we're still in 8th. We still have half a season left. You see, like, giving this ball away. Are they telling me that Manchester United players with 16 dribbling can't dribble? Or is it, again, give the ball away? But then Manchester United do this a lot in real life. They give the ball away all the time. Still, their focus is down the flanks, but there is a lot more going on down the middle now. So I'm just keeping an eye on that. Their goal came from a cross, so the standard line it has to be. We need an equaliser here somehow, offside. I don't think we've been totally outplayed, even despite the fact that we had 10 men for most of the game. They haven't really created great chances apart from one, and they scored from that. And that's also FM. They only need one. We need 25. Oh boy, I don't know what to do with them. Really don't know what to do with them. And it does look like Wolves are trying to really get behind us now. Might have to go to a back 5. So we will go to a back 5 now. And I'll go into a low block. Hitting early crosses will probably be a good idea. I'm not sure about floated crosses though. Let's just take floated crosses off and do mixed crosses. We're going to try and play more direct now. Go into a mid block, go into a low block, pull the line back a little bit more, and come off the counter press. There's very little point in counter pressing at this point in time, and that's all I can think of to do. Get rid of some of the, look at this, 6.3 from Martinez. I can't control the players being rubbish. Let's play Luke Shaw in here. 6.5 Ugarte, 6.3 for Rashford. Garnacho can come on and replace him. Fernandes is also playing very badly. Ugarte might as well not be on the pitch. So let's put Mainu instead of Ugarte, and Eriksen can come in here. We'll just play Eriksen as a playmaker. Tell him more direct passes. And I think, because it's just not working, we'll go dribble less. Just get the ball up the pitch. Let's go more direct. And that's about all I can think of now. The match momentum is with us. We're a goal behind, but we do have, at the moment, the match momentum. Again, we've given the ball away. It's just a bad team I'm blessed with here. And it looks like they're going to score, but that was poor. I really don't know what to do. They're focusing mainly down my right, so we'll get this wing back on attack. Get up the pitch. And I have to go positive now. Try and get back into the game. But if I continue to attack, they're just going to take me apart. They're going to run me ragged down the flanks. And I can't do that. I've just got to hope for a little bit of luck. But this is so... yeah, my injuries are on the mend, Andy. Unbelievable events occurred in Sainsbury's supermarket. But it's all good now. And we can't seem to pass. We can't seem to tackle. We give the ball away again. There's a tackle. We lose the ball. Don't seem to have a clue. We're second to the ball all the time. And yet my Ipswich save, this Manchester United side, are absolutely unbeatable. It's all over now. Well, we did start with a gegenpress, Dave, but unfortunately it didn't work. And it was... it hasn't worked because we had the man sent off after 8 minutes. And it's left us really short in all areas of the pitch now. And there's nothing I can do about it now. Absolutely nothing. I mean, all I can do is avoid getting absolutely hammered. But look, see, this is something that's wrong. And it's been happening all game. Wolves are not doing it. Just we are. And they've got the match momentum back. So I've got to watch where they're actually attacking. Still down my right-hand flank. But the danger seems to be coming from the left. And I've dropped my line back as low as I dare. So nothing I can do, basically. The sending off cost me big time. And what do you do? So I'm waiting now for the news that I've been sacked. Hey Costas, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Might be a very short episode, this. I mean, we're in 8th. We're not a million miles away from Europa League. And we could get sacked for that. We've still got half a season left to play. So I don't know why they would consider sacking a manager in that position. Seems very odd. But you can see that this team is not playing for me. It's just been an absolute nightmare. As soon as I took this over, from the first game, I knew it was going to be an absolute nightmare. And it has been that. And the 3-4-3 has clearly not worked with this group of players. They don't have the players who can play it, clearly. And it's been an interesting experiment. And no wonder Amorim is at the end of his tether. Hopefully, Andy. Please don't give me a consolation, FM. That is the horriblest thing that you do. If you think that's going to make me feel better, you're mistaken. Please don't give me a consolation. Which you always seem to do. But probably not today. It's just horrible to watch. Horrible to watch. But nothing I can do. And you can clearly see how out on their feet they are. They've actually only had to gegenpress for a half. Like, I'm wondering, there been an update that has like, made this Manchester United team play like this, because they can't last more than 45 minutes in a gegenpress, and that's exactly the same as it is in real life. They quit the gegenpress after half-time. They can't do it anymore. Even before half-time in some games. And it's exactly the same here. They're absolutely exhausted because they've been running around for 45 minutes. I told you, FM, please do not give me a consolation. I don't want it. It's not going to come like that, Fernandez. Well, it's all over, is it? Time to face the music. This could be the first time I've been sacked. With my favourite club as well. With the club I've supported as a young boy since I was 5 years old. First time I've been sacked for 4 years was with that club. All of them, 6.3, 6.4, like no effort. So we're still in 8th, but I don't know if the board are going to see this as good enough. There's nothing about sacking here yet. Nothing about them. What's the board now? Just still disappointed. Well, if we win the Europa League, will that make you happier? Oh boy. So let's take one of these wing backs off attack for the next game. We'll go put him on support. But we're going to continue with this because I think the only way to do this is to attack your way out of problems. I look at this midfield and it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. Even Ugarte in FM, he is a dreadful player. In real life, actually, he's not doing very well. And I look at this defence and I just despair. But we did try to make some transfers and we couldn't do it. Couldn't sell any of the players because, well, let's face it, who's going to want to buy any of them? I don't know. I really don't know. We're up against it, I know that, but at least, why is he as fit as a fiddle? Didn't he do anything in the last game? Look at the rest of the team. Oh, he came off early, didn't he? That's why, because of the sending off. He was the one who got sacrificed. That's why. My fault. So we have another game coming up. I don't know when. We got... is that an international break? No, it's just a week. Switch De Ligt and Lindelof. If I put Lindelof as the... my problem is then, I have looked at this and tried to figure this out. De Ligt is here because he's the only one with any pace. He hasn't got any acceleration, but he's got a little bit of pace. Martinez also, it's just got a tiny little bit of pace. Whereas Lindelof, he's okay, but he's older. And then I'm into Johnny Evans and Harry Maguire, who don't have any pace. And if I've got like De Ligt here, and he's gone missing, I've got two there who haven't got any pace at all. But we'll try it. I can't play any of the others. Like I've got Johnny Evans. I played him as a striker once and we did well. I also played Yoro, if you remember, as an attacking mid. He scored. And Harry Maguire played on the left, as left wing back, and had got an assist. So maybe I need to do something like that. Mainu is all I can think of to play that role. Ericsson can't do it. I don't know. It's impossible task, this. I think I need two who are not going to go missing. I mean, I'll try it your way, Knight. I don't know where Yoro is. Where's Yoro gone? Yoro in FM doesn't have any pace. We look at Yoro. He's got 11 acceleration and 11 pace. So I'm not sure if that's a true reflection. I might have to play him. But the three that are playing at the moment are the three that, well, I really don't know what to say about them, are the worst, are the best of the worst, if you know what I'm talking about. They're all bad. So we need to go near post. I mean, I think we were doing okay until the sending off. And then the sending off just killed everything. But we ain't going to beat Brentford, that's for sure. Let's come into a low block. Come off the press a little bit. We just take that off. It doesn't mean we won't counter press. And take that off. Dribble less. That is an absolute nightmare. And I think we'll take that off as well. But they're not good enough, basically. Absolutely not good enough. And I think we just have to take what results we can get. I'm going to set the lines up as I think they should be set up. But I don't think it's making any difference. They simply are not good enough. I don't think I've got a player. Have I got a player who's over 7? Yeah, I've got a couple. Martinez, Rashford, and Højlund. We've also got Dalot. So let's put Dalot instead of Mazraoui. Or Malacia. Which one? Malacia. Let's try Dalot on the left. So those are the 4 players who've got above a 7 rating. So no wonder we're struggling. But we're still in 8th. Despite everything, we're still in 8th. There's still hope. And where there's hope, a miracle can happen. I think I should do that trait for all of them. Refrains from taking long shots. Onana's back. I'm not quite sure that's a good thing. I'm really not sure that's a good thing. But we'll put him back in the team. How did my goalkeeper get on last time? He had a 6.3. So everybody was bad. So let's put Onana back in. Yoro can come on the bench. Not Harry Maguire. Yoro. And Onana can go in goal. Bayandi now can go on the bench. Really short, desperately short in midfield and desperately short of good defenders. Can use poop-flavoured lollipop for a lot of things, can you? He's good enough to be a squad player. Okay, whatever. And we've got... Oh, thank goodness. I thought we had another one out. I mean, I just don't know. We don't have a midfield. We don't have a defence. Could become better than Bruno Fernandes. Is that really something I should take note of? Xerxes could become better. I'm going to try Xerxes in the next game because... no, I'm not. We're going to go with Højlund. Oh boy, but I think Xerxes should be on the bench. And Luke Shaw, Johnny Evans. Don't need that many defenders. And we can put him on the bench. I don't think it matters. Absolutely, Tywin. Absolutely. I'm just going to put my phone on silent. Well, actually, it's quite an important set of messages. So hold on with me a second. Yeah, that was messages from my goddaughter. So a very, very important message. No, I'm not changing the team. Those boys just have to do better than they did last time. Evening, Dugpa. I think Amorim is getting a glimpse of what all the other managers we've sacked have had to put up with, because they just will not make any effort. That's been the problem. And when he came out and said on TV, it's the worst Manchester United team ever, the supporters are very disappointed with the job I am doing. You try it then, supporters. You try and come in here and deal with this nonsense. I mean, I think Man United would probably do better if they were playing in a 4-2-3-1. Probably a lot better. And that, in my Ipswich save, that's how they're playing, with a 4-2-3-1. But I refuse to change the tactic. The idea is to see how they'll cope with this 3-4-3. And the answer is not very well at all. Because they don't have the players who can do it, basically. Possibly academy. It could be the fans who are demanding. Let's go to whilst the board are disappointed. It doesn't say. I mean, it does say they're disappointed. It's disappointed with the lack of effort the team has shown. So that's an indication that the fans are actually with me in terms of the team effort. I wonder if it's time to have a team meeting. I wonder if I can have a team meeting, or will I just be told there isn't a suitable reason? I think there's a suitable reason, FM. I think there's a very good reason to have a team meeting. And I don't think you should be telling me when I can have. I'm going to appeal against the ban. I don't like that referee. These boys have got to do better today. I'll do that, because we do have probably stronger players on that side. But then again, I've got the attacking wing back on the right, so it's probably not a good idea. So I'm just going to play in a low block and tell them that they've got to do better. They've got to show more effort. And maybe if there is one that says that in the Yeah, so like I need to be saying things like that. We need to step up our game rather than praising them. Maybe the fans are telling me to tell them that. Let's type Markham Buemo. And Norgard. Aaron Hickey is often a problem. So we're going to close him down. So this is probably the one. We need to step up and put an end to this nonsense. And I need to be stronger with them. I'm expecting... It went down okay. But I don't think it's going to make a blind bit of difference. We shall see. Sorry about that, boys, but that was quite an important message. I'm going on holiday, as you know, in a few days, and it was a very important message. I shall be on holiday from Saturday. Is this going to be the perfect start? Oh, well defended for a change. But they're getting behind us again, aren't they? So I have today completed a save for while I'm away. And I don't know if you remember, some of you, Andy, I know was with me at the very beginning of FM24. We did a very strange save. It was very weird. I lost the dressing room in every club I went to until we finally qualified for the Europa League with Juventus, and we gave it. That was enough of that for me. I decided to continue and rebuild Juventus, but something very odd happened again. So continuing with that, and it got even more weird as the save went on. So I've done that, completed that for you, and I think there's 9 episodes in that, which will be for you when I'm away. So I am looking forward to my break, a bit of rest, and but unfortunately, Andy, there is no Langstaff in the save. But he did get a mention in the last episode that I recorded this afternoon. Take off Mazraoui immediately. Why, what did he do? I missed that. Oh, well, we're a goal up against Brentford. At least we temporarily might be back in the top 7 at least. Temporarily. But I don't trust this team. And I know exactly how Amorim feels. Now, you can shoot from there all day. So I wonder if we have gone back to 7th. Yeah, we're back in 7th at the moment. Nice place to be. It's not quite in the European spots, but 7th still gives us hope. I often find, though, teams play better. Poor teams play much better in the low block. Ipswich play much better in a low block. They don't always win in a low block, but they're much better than when you try to push the lines up. So that's a very strange save as well. Very strange. But we'll focus on this one. Come on, let's get another one. Come on, boys. Come on. Make me happy for a change. That's not going to make me happy at all. Yeah, I must admit, Nightcrawler, I missed that one. Take him off immediately. So he's done all right, actually. He's on a 6.7, which is more than I would expect for anybody in this team. I don't expect 6.4s these days. So he's doing very well. And I'm wondering, I can't really see how the libero is playing, but I am noticing there's two at the back, and De Ligt is up here. So he is getting into midfield, but we are very, very light in defence. We're going to give chances away. But we have to somehow find ways to attack. We can't... we tried pushing up the wide centre-backs. That didn't work. We've tried a lot of things. I think it's just the personnel. When you look at the attributes of the players, they are just not good enough. Evening, Darren. How are you doing? Lindelof seems to be controlling things quite nicely at the back there. And now that... see, I told you that wing-backs can dribble okay, but players in other positions on the field can't dribble very well. He went past him very nicely there. Again, he's gone past his man quite nicely. Wing-backs can do that, but just nobody else seems to be able to do it. Go on, Rashers. We're 2-0 up now. This game is beyond me. Just because we've gone back into a low block, is that it? I was checking it, but I think he was onside. He came from a long way back. I mean, I think one of the things FM25 can do, hopefully, is not have... You can see clearly he's onside. Is not have VAR every single time a goal is scored. It just gets a bit silly. Don't have any money. Who doesn't have history and doesn't have any money? Man United don't have any money. I haven't had any money in this save at all. I tried to raise some money, but nobody wanted to buy any of the players. In the end, I tried to give them away with packets of cornflakes in the supermarket, but nobody was taking that up either. Oh, Southampton. Where did Southampton come into the conversation? I missed that one again. I'm really slow tonight. All right. You said... Where did you say that? Somebody said imagine supporting Southampton, Raphael. No, I can't imagine that. To win, yeah, we are in a very, very bad spot. We are to like 10 points away from relegation. If this form doesn't improve, then it is going to be a relegation battle. And the other thing is, what people are not talking about is that Tottenham may find themselves in a relegation battle as well. So that might be quite interesting to have Tottenham in the relegation battle as well. Now, I did notice that... Nasraoui got skinned there, so we'll have him closed down a little bit less often. There's been a goal at St James's Park. I mean, Brentford should be hammering us. If Wolves hammered us, Brentford should be taking us apart. And I am looking at how Brentford are playing. And one of the things that I need to do is lift the lineup. It's pretty much what's going on here. Pretty much they are trying to play in front of us. So we need to lift the lineup a little bit. Try to stop that from happening. And every save, one of the big six is usually struggling. Yeah, I'll agree with that. Mevin as well. I actually agree with that. Yeah, Andy, that's quite interesting, isn't it? They may finally get a trophy. But they are also... Are they still in the Europa League? They're still in the Europa League as well. And I think they are favourites to win the Europa League. So they might get relegated and win the Europa League, which should be quite interesting. That'll be very, very interesting. Yeah, just what I'm thinking about, Raphael. They'll be in the Championship, playing in the Champions League, if they live up to their billing in the Europa League. And it'd be a very strange scenario. But they are struggling as much as United are struggling. And it's really a conversation that I never thought we'd be having. Like, United and Tottenham. I can imagine one of them, but both of them in a relegation battle. It's weird. And Tottenham are playing in a way that totally is not focused on defending. And while you're scoring goals, that's brilliant. And while the quick, pacey defenders that you have are fit, it's brilliant. But when it all goes wrong and you start getting those injuries and the defenders are slightly slower, then you can't do it. It's just not possible. Luton Town, or like one of the teams going up from League One, playing them on the Saturday. Barnsley or something. It just doesn't bear thinking about. I don't think Tottenham will get relegated. I think they will get their pacey defenders back at some point. And when, like, the players like Van de Ven, he's so valuable to them if he's fit. Oh, we got another one. Hello, VAR even jumped in then before we scored. One of the glitches I talked about in that video. I'm not quite sure why VAR jumped up before the ball was in the net, but it's been awarded. So we're now 3-0 up against Brent. Where did this come from? Is it the team talk that I gave them? Because we noticed that the fans were saying that they were not putting any effort in. So the team talk then just pretty much told them, you've got to step it up a little bit, boys. And is that why we've got this victory today? Is that what's done it? Yeah, Knight. I mean, they do have an injury crisis, but he doesn't also have a plan B. I mean, you can't keep playing like that if it's not working. And it's the same way Manchester United are continually playing in a certain style that isn't working. And you can't keep doing that. At some point, you've got to make a decision you're going to change. And neither manager is going to do that. And I suppose that's not good. But then no other big team is changing the way they play. Arsenal are not changing the way they play. Liverpool are not changing the way they play. And City will always play like that as long as Guardiola is in charge. When it's good, you don't need to change. But City were not doing very well. And Guardiola didn't change the system. He just trusted the system. And eventually they started winning again. I think we're doing all right. I think we're doing okay. I'll be a little bit annoyed if we lose this now. Having gone 3-0 up. Rashford's having an inspired game. Has he got a hat-trick? Or has he got two? Hey, Shao, how you doing? United's back top 4. Yeah, those of no faith, eh? Even Bruno Fernandes is back there working hard. Oh, ye of little faith. It could have been the team talk, and sometimes you do find little clues in places you don't expect them to be. the team needs to buck up. The supporters pointed that out. So tell them. That's why I tried to have a team meeting to tell them to buck up. And yeah, sometimes there's little clues that you find lying about the place. Social media, the supporters. So I do have a funny feeling it might have been something to do with the team talk. So what do you tell them now after that result? You tell them we need more of the same. Certainly creating chances. So we keep this system. We're creating chances. How are you, Shao? Good to see you. Tell them to keep going or break the TV. Yep, that's a good one, Doug Bass. Yep. Go on, make it 4. Make my day. 4-0 victory. I mean, Brighton look like a worse team than Wolves. They look absolutely dreadful. Brentford, I mean, not Brighton. Come on, not playing Brighton. I don't know what Brighton look like at the moment. The low block seems to have paid off, and they're also a lot healthier as we go into the latter stages of the game, because they're not pressing so much. We've lost the momentum. So having lost the momentum, we need to just figure out where are they attacking from. How was that? I don't know who it was. I wasn't quick enough. So we don't need to... I think it's down the middle, but I might be wrong. If it's down the middle... Oh, then we're right in having a high line. Oh, we got it back a little bit. It's difficult to see because of the two colours are both white. But I think we've got it back now. Go on. Come on, boys. Make it 4. What's Man Utd doing up there? They're definitely dominating the game now. I wonder if they would play better if I told them shorter passing and slower tempo. I wonder. Just take your time, boys. Yeah, we've got the momentum back now. I mean, I'm hoping they're not going to score 3. They might get 1. But I'm hoping they don't score 3. It's Dalot who's messing about down there. Our XG, though, is only 1.29. We've exceeded our XG. Nergard is who I thought would be the problem. He's not really a problem. I don't need to make any changes as yet because they're all quite fresh. And nobody's playing particularly badly either. Wait for a while until making changes. That's more effort. You see, Rashford, you can do it. I wonder if we'll get an email saying the fans are much more pleased with the effort that was put into the game. That would be quite an interesting event. There's the high line getting caught out, but still well defended. Are they starting to play more direct now? As they get desperate, they will just fire the ball up the pitch, won't they? Good save. The Nana's back in town. I can't believe I'm seeing this. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players in the green there. I can't believe I'm seeing it. Can we play Brentford every week? You got yourself in a mess there, didn't you? Absolute mess. It's because he's attacking and he doesn't have any support inside him because we've got the ball winner on defend. So that's why, because he didn't have anybody to pass it to. Whereas he should have passed it earlier. But I keep forgetting these are not real players. They're just like polygons. Oof, that was a good effort. But if I'd have taken it, I'd have scored that. I wouldn't have put it over the crossbar. They're now dominating the game. So where are they? Oh dear, it's down the left-hand side. So I need to stop that. So we'll put him on support. We need to. There's nothing to suggest that the high line is the wrong way to be playing, but I just want to just stop him. And that might stop him trying to attack on his own by putting him on support. But you also will, in FM, you will know immediately you make the right decision. If your momentum goes back to you, you've made the correct call. If you don't get the momentum back, you haven't made the right call. Change it again until you do eventually get the momentum back. There it is. It's 4-0. And there you go. We got the momentum back by that simple little tweak. And just the simply noticing that the winger was isolated, the wing-back was isolated because he was on an attack role. He was isolated. So if you make here the wing-back support, he's not going to go attacking so much. He's going to look for the man inside, which he did, and it led to a goal. Simple little change. So it's those two things that I look at. It's this match momentum and the focus of attacks. And that's, I found in FM24, that's all you need to look at. And then set your defensive line in order to cope with the focus of attacks. This isn't a difficult game. It just plays hard ball sometimes. Penalty ref? I never get those. Yeah, I'd like to go through the training every week and give everybody, but I don't have time when I'm doing it live. You just got to get on with the game. In FM25 still set for March release. They haven't said anything. They haven't said no, but they haven't said yes. I every day I visit their website just to see if there's any more information. I forgot to make changes, but that's to punish the team. I wanted to punish them. I'm going to try Johnny Evans. He played well as a pressing forward for me. Nasraoui is tired, so let's change the wing backs. Kobe Mainu is tired. I don't really have much choice here. It will need to be Ericsson. And Malacia can't play that side, can he? Oh, okay. Well, he can now. And Hoyland has had a poor game again. So we'll just hopefully put some fresh legs on. They're not going to score 4 now. I still fancy they will score 1. Everybody scores against us. Oh, I thought that was it, but it's not. I did try Tywin to do a team meeting, but I was told I wasn't allowed. So it's I'll just be an FM, being FM. I think that from what I can gather, information that I'm trying to pick up is they're desperately trying to get it ready. They have had trouble all along. They haven't changed the match engine. The coding, which they thought would be a good base for Unity, I think they've tried to put the new graphics onto the old code. And that's proved to be much harder than they anticipated. And that's caused the problem. And they're all working around the clock now, trying to solve the problem. The fact that we've had no information yet means they're not there yet. Because I'm pretty sure once they've got it ready, they're going to be announcing stuff. So they did say, Miles did say, that there was going to be an update at the end of January. So the roadmap would come out from the end of January. We're coming to the end of January. Or pretty much within, 10 days will be the end of January. Not hearing any updates at this point is a little concerning. I'd like to see them drop a little post on their website saying everything's under control, the roadmap will still be on course for the end of January. But they're not doing it, and it's a bit of a worry. Well done, you've just saved me from being sacked, boys. And that's interesting. Was it to do, we are 4 points now though adrift of Chelsea. Champions League might have to be through winning the Europa League. Are we going to do that though? I've no idea. He did get a hat-trick. I can't see us winning the Europa League. Although, as you guys know, the Europa League is not part of the main game. And we have to play Slavia Prague next. And we are playing the away leg first. And we will continue to play in this style. I think I'll give the boys a rest. They did work a little bit of overtime there. Good evening, Elko. How are you doing? Bobby, how are you doing? I agree, Bobby. I think, why would you release a game that's only going to be around for 6 months? The only sense that it would make is that if they don't release a game, they're not going to make any money this year. And that's not a good business model, just to say, okay, we don't want to make any money this year. They still have to make money. And so they are desperately trying to put something together that they can get out for March. I'm not going to re-sign him, even if his future is unclear. Good to have you here, Bobby, and thanks for coming along to what could be my sacking season. And this is proving diabolically hard to do. Diabolically hard. Well, we haven't got really much information on them, except they work hard. There's really not much to go on. Wing play style. So we'll keep doing what we're doing. We'll play positive. I don't think I will change the team. One of the things that I do want to do, which I just noticed there, was we'll step up more. And I don't quite know what the team talk should be now. Should I go at them? Should I be telling them that they need to do better, they need to put more effort in again? Or do I say, just carry on where you left off, that was really good, that's what we want? Because I think the team talks are playing a little bit of a part in it. So I'm not going to change the team. I'm a bit concerned about Hoyland's form, but I think he deserves one more go. What's his form like? It's not that bad. The 6.2 there was terrible, but his form isn't bad. 6.7, 6.8 is okay. So we give him another go. Got Europa League final against Villa, who I beat 7-0 and 5-0. Yeah, don't assume you're going to get a 5-0 victory this time. I would be very vigilant during that game. Very vigilant. I really have nothing to go on. I want to do attacking corners. Practice throw-ins. People should know how to throw a ball into the other player. I want to focus on corners because I don't have any information on them. In terms of set pieces. Knowing FM, we're going to win this anyway. It's when it gets down to like the last 16 that really you have a chance of losing. In the quarterfinals, really you have a chance of losing. Dalot, I think probably is a good call. Probably is a good call. Casemiro, why is he? I think we should play Casemiro because he can't play in the league for a while. Lenny Oro. Should I put Anthony on the bench? Go on, put Anthony on the bench. Put Harry Maguire on for Johnny Evans. And keep the team the same, I think. I don't know if I want to change any more than that. I know he wants... I could bring Luke Shaw in. He needs to get fitness. And then Mason Mount and Rashford. Yeah. Okay, I'll go along with that. Mason Mount needs to play. And then Rashford up top. Why not? Rashford, the man in form. Do I want to go Luke Shaw? Yeah, he needs fitness. I think that we'll probably win this because FM is very generous when it comes to the Europa League. Keane demands more from Malacia. This is the kind of talk we want now. Roy Keane's getting involved on Sky Sports there. This is what we need. The discipline, you have considered your appeal, and I did not have valid grounds. You didn't even ask me any questions, so how do you know I don't have valid grounds? That was not a fair trial. 1-0 down in 24 minutes, 2-0 in 29. You got to change something there, Lindley. You've got to change something. Look at where the focus of attacks are and make a change to your defensive line. That's what I would tell you to do. If they are playing across the field, lift your line up. If they're playing mostly down the flanks, pull the line back a little bit. And if they're playing right through the middle, push your line up. Yeah, I think Shaw needs to play, doesn't he? He needs the game time. Mazraoui, fitness concerns. He needs to get fit as well. This is the perfect game to get them fit. I don't think I should be playing positive. I think I'm just going to start balanced. See where we go from there. Harry Maguire for Lindelof. Like for like, really. the libero to a wide centre-back. Are you mad to put a wide centre-back in the middle of a three? Yeah, I knew he was going to say that. Go positive. Let's go, boys. Do not get sent off, Casemiro. FA Cup got matched with the first place team in the EFL1. Mid-table nearly won, held them to 1-1. Awesome. As always, I love to hear those success stories. This, I did pick up on this. I do want to say I want you to pick up where you left off last time. Because we gave them the bollocking last time. They responded. Now let's see if... Come on, boys. A little bit of encouragement. You got this. Does the trick. Go on, boys. 6-0 victory. Since they've taken the licenses away, I've noticed the MUFTC. I don't know what the T stands for. Toy Town. Manchester United Football Toy Town Club. I know. What's my assistant manager's gone off his head. Now, they should get a red card there. Referee's injured Martinez. He's got a broken hand. Are you kidding me? So now I have to play Harry Maguire out there. I think I might have to put Lindelof over here. And Harry Maguire can come on the right. Is Harry Maguire left or right-footed? Both feet. Lindelof is right-footed, isn't he? Both feet. Oh, that's brilliant, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant. And no red card for breaking someone's hand there. Whereas Casemiro sneezed on someone the other day and got 3-match ban. He broke his hand, referee. That's a stamp offence. Hey, Callum, how you doing? Win something? I mean, I hope I just stay in a job, Callum. I just hope I stay in a job. Now, this is not looking too good. Well, just keep defending, boys. Nicely done. Nicely done. Still keep defending. Well done. What camera settings? Simple. TV. Why I didn't put it in comprehensive. Why does it keep changing that? And then camera height all the way down to the left. Camera zoom all the way over to the right. Really simple. So this is this going to be a defeat here? They are certainly looking better than we are at the moment. Deflection, I guess that was, because the goalkeeper didn't save it. And maybe that was the wrong shout. Come on, boys, let's do something. Slavia Prague we are playing here. And this is actually my only hope of getting to the Champions League. They are absolutely dominating the game. I'm going to go more balanced because we are away. And something's not right. They're focused mainly down the left, so it's not Mazraoui. Luke Shaw is on a support duty, but he just might be having a torrid time. But I'm worried also about the amount of stuff that's coming through the middle. So I'm going to push the line up instead of doing anything else. I've got 3 cart horses now at the back. So it's a big worry pushing the line up. Make your mind up and do something, Shaw. You just stood there like a fart in the wind. Just make your mind up and... Oh, Rashford, you're miles offside. Miles offside. MUTD also protected. Could be. Or they did just chuck a random letter in there. That's probably more like it, isn't it? Just chucked a random letter in there. Yeah, he was absolute mile offside. Thought he took up residence there. But again, you make a little change and the match momentum changes. It usually means you've done something right. And what you can see immediately is that they have changed their focus of attack. So it's suddenly they're attacking much more down the left-hand side. And they are now playing exactly the way I want them to play, with the emphasis across the field in front of me rather than focusing down the left-hand side. And that little tweak has worked kind of perfectly, because now they're playing down the left-hand side, and that's where they don't want to play. They want to play down this side, but we forced them now into playing much more across the pitch. And we should hopefully take advantage of that now. I mean, it was a million miles offside. Anybody? Who was that? Who was that nutter who then runs away? Yeah, look at me. I gave the ball away in the most dangerous area. Clap, clap, clap. And what's happened now is we've got the momentum back now. Even though we're still not very good. But the game has given us the momentum back. So that change I made has absolutely worked fine. And they're now playing exactly how I want them to. If that diminishes any more, I'm going to pull the line back. Because it means that they're more trying to get down the flanks. But at the moment, we're doing okay, I think. We've got all the momentum. As my assistant says, we're keeping the ball. And I would say I'd make us favourites to score a goal at this point. Our shape, though, look at our shape. It's absolutely diabolical. I don't think there is somebody type marking someone who's been pulled out of position. We haven't got anybody type marked, but I should ask my assistant. So I don't think there's anybody being instructed to type mark here, is there? No. So why is one of my centre backs getting pulled out of shape absolutely dreadfully? Aggressive. Get in there. I need to tell him I'm not happy. Yeah, I'm far from pleased. Get out there and do something better. I'm not happy with you. That's the kind of thing they respond to, I think. Shape is crooked because I switched the outside centre back. Still playing the same role, but it might be could be taking up different spaces. Could be right, but it looks all over the place at the moment. I hope it improves. This is the libero is still going forward to help the midfield, but whoever this one is, Harry Maguire, is it? Number 6 or number 5. It's Harry Maguire. Oh yeah, I get what you're saying. We switched the position and that's why the map looks a bit odd. So I need to keep focused on this because this is not easy. I thought FM was going to give me an easy passage here. It might be the second leg that we do well in. If they can't score that, their manager would be very annoyed. But something's not right at the moment. We'll have a look in a minute. Okay. They've gone back to what they were doing before. So what that tells me is I have to encourage them not to do that. So we'll pull the line back again. Because they've gone back to doing what they were before. They've pinched the momentum back, so we'll see what happens when I pull the line back. We need to improve upon that. So I'm going to go positive, see if we can improve upon that. At what percentage down this side of the pitch do you consider it as wing play? If you've got like 40% on both sides, then it's wing play. So you've only got 20% going up the middle. Their focus is mainly trying to get outside you. They're not, basically what it means is they're not playing in front of you. They're trying to be more direct and get behind you, whether that's by dribbling, whether that's by passing it behind you. Oh, what a chance. What a chance. So I would go 40. But in this case, it's quite interesting because we've only got 29 over here, but we have 53. And it's clear they want to play down the right-hand side, and they've gone back to that. What's happened is I've stopped them doing that again now because I've got the momentum back. If you notice, all the highlights are with me now. And it's that simple observation where their focus is outside on the right-hand side. I have to lower my line to stop them doing that. When they realize they can't do that, then they have to change back. And it's now become a little game of chess. Because at what point will they change back again? And what I'm doing now is either telling them focus down the middle or go over the other side of the pitch. And we've got the momentum back now. And there you go. Now we have scored. And so this is how the lines should work. It's not been working in this save very well. And I think maybe the problem's been that we haven't been playing in a low block. Shall I just have this corner before making the subs? So it's like that was like a little game of chess, that was. And I won it. And twice I had to alter the lines when they changed their focus of attacks. I mean, it's also not guaranteed to work every single time. Because if they have great wingers, it might not work. If they just have generally a much better team than you, then it might not work. But it's the best chance you've got. Oof, that was a strike as well. Deserved a goal. I've never claimed that it actually works all the time. Malacia can't play there, can he? Undo that then. Have they got anyone who can come on? Diallo will have to do that role. And Dallo can come on the other side. Ugarte's playing well. Need to keep him going. Delict is having a night, whereas Harry Maguire is an absolute shocker. And we're only 1-0 up. No, was the goal disallowed? Oh, I didn't realise the goal had been disallowed. Fernandez, 6.3. Ericsson can come on for Fernandez. Rashford, total waste of space after his hat-trick. I don't think I can play anymore, can I? I don't think we can do anymore. No. I mean, we are the away team, and I'd take a 0-0 draw, but I'd like to win it. We're a better team, or should be. And I've won the Battle of the Lines. Oh, come on. And we've hit the post and the bar 3 times. I don't know what this game is playing at. And when you look at it now, well, you see what I've done is I've forced them. They have been forced now to playing down the left-hand side. So what I've got to do now is pull this line back again. Oh, it is already at standard. So they can't now, they shouldn't be able to get behind me now. And hopefully that will force them to go up the middle again. Which will then, we'll then push the line up. But you've got to time it right. And keep an eye on that middle percentage or the left-hand percentage. And make sure you time it right. I'll be annoyed if we lose this because we've hit the bar 3 times and the post. And I didn't time it right. That's all that is. I should have done it quicker. So now I've got to push that line up, but it's too late. Because they have switched to the left-hand side. As you can see, they've gone over to the left. And so they've got too much space in the middle. And I didn't close that space down. So that was that. But we're still in the tie, although it's another defeat. And I don't know what I got to do to get a win. And I just wonder, is this a predetermined part of the game where I'm not really allowed to play? Well, Maguire, what are you doing? And I've got Maguire on it. All 3 defenders are on a 6.4. Just goes to show how bad they are. We had Rashford on a 6.3. Fernandes wasn't much better. 6.4. So hard to know what to do. Go on, Ericsson. At least do something. Oh, come on. He was offside anyway, was he? Maybe we're just going to win the second leg easy. Somebody do something, for goodness sake. What kind of a team is this? And why are they so bloody good in my Ipswich save? They're unbeatable in my Ipswich save. I dread playing against them. I did only lose 2-1 after I went 2-0 down in the first 4 minutes. I only lost 2-1 in the end. But they are just like horrifically good. And this is the same players. I tell you what it is. It's the level of challenge. And I talked about that in my little video. And we did come up with that quote which talks about how modern day games are linked to your level of ability. So the difficulty of challenge is linked to the ability of the player. So if this is a season 1 save, I should have no ability. I should be with 0. According to the game, I should be 0 ability. But both these saves are not working out as 0 ability. And they're both extremely difficult. Which is why I'm absolutely convinced that it's not linked to where you are in a save. It's linked to your overall performance since you began playing the game. And it's because nobody, I don't think, changes the manager profile when you begin a new save. I certainly don't. I just click on use profile. And that's collecting data from each save that you do. So by the time you get to this point in the version, you've got a ton of experience. In my journeyman, I won 30 trophies in 10 seasons. It's added all that up, and now the level of difficulty is just like, you might as well not turn up difficulty. Whereas if you start a new save, you should change your manager profile. It then thinks you're starting again. So I'm absolutely convinced. And next time in FM25, every time I do a new save, I'm changing the profile. It's going to have a brand new manager each time I play. And maybe we'll prove it that way. Okay, well, this is not good. Nottingham Forest will beat us next. Oh, boy. I really I'm absolutely at a loss to know what to do in this save. Absolutely at a loss. And now I've lost Casemiro for God knows how many weeks. I think I should make him play with a broken hand. You just get on that bloody pitch. I don't care if you are in a plaster cast. Get on there and play. It's what I used to do when we were at school. Nothing wrong with us. Get on with it. It's, did I win that game starting? I started positive, didn't I? I was away in the Europa League. In the home leg, I will play positive. What are we, away? No, we're home, so we will play positive at home. I think maybe we'll just leave it on positive. Casemiro can't play now, so Mainu is going to have to take on that role for a long time. Since injuring, I only have 4 midfielders, and Eriksen's one of those, so I'm screwed. How long is he out for, did it say? Well, we haven't been told. Doesn't say anything about his injury. That's quite strange. You normally get an email to say how long he's going to be out for. I'll have to go and have a look in the medical centre. No current injuries. Oh, he's suspended but not injured. I thought he had a broken hand. Oh, it said possible broken hand, didn't it? He lied then. He was feigning injury. Good at creating set pieces. Good from set pieces. So we want to do near post. I think we're already on near post. Yeah. And we need to do defending if there's time. Yeah, defending corners and defending free kicks. And they play wing play, I think, Nottingham Forest. Direct counter-attack. So our line needs to be standard. We'll step up more. We'll play positive. We can go up into 7th again if we win this. Even if we draw, we can go to 7th. But still, so far, we're still in a job. The newspaper report was wrong. Oh, what am I doing? The newspaper report got it wrong. I think the board are actually saying, oh, God, look at that for a squad. We got to give him some time here. Got to give him at least one transfer window with some money. Maguire, Lindelof, Luke Shaw, Dallo, Mainu, Martinez. I don't like that at all. I'm going to stay with the team that I've got out there. Martinez is fit. De Ligt is fit. They're all fit by the time we get there. Mainu, Ugarte, Mount, Fernandez. Oh, pressure growing again. The Daily Star now are declaring that a bad result against Forest could seal my fate. Is it going to be one of these I'm going on a game-by-game basis then, am I? I have to win every other game or I'm getting sacked. Right, well, we'll just see what happens. Forest are 15th. Doesn't really matter. They're all the same, aren't they? Still in 8th. I don't know what everybody is. West Ham, though, we're not going to go up to 7th. West Ham 1. But we have to win this. Because I'm getting tired of not winning. And I'll be quite happy to get sacked. I can't do anything with this group of players. It's hopeless. Can I have a team meeting? Is that possible now? Where's the team meeting on Dynamics? No, still not allowed to have a team meeting. There's no unhappy players in the club. It says I've only been at the club a short period of time, and yet I'm still facing the sack. I've only been at the club for 3.5 months. Facing the sack. Balance, positive, you are Man United. Rich, this team is absolutely awful. The pass into space is perfectly, it does sound like it contradicts, but what you want to do where you have pacey forwards, the pass into space is to around the edge of the penalty area. That's why pass into space works with the shorter passing. Work the ball into the box, it will still work. So I'm playing that kind of system in other saves, and it works absolutely perfectly. This is, I don't know what this is. But that's not contradicting. It sounds like it's contradicting itself, but it isn't. All you're asking your players to do is to make runs into the penalty area, and the players then don't pass it to feet. They're passing it into the spaces in the penalty area. That's pretty much what you're telling them to do. Shall I go with what the assistant is saying? No. He still wants to put a wide centre-back into to the centre of the defence, but we'll let him have his I think the problem is the players. I mean, you look at this. Kobu Mainu is playing in midfield. He's a 2-star. He's not up to the task. The players are just not capable of playing this way. If I switched this to a 4-2-3-1, it would be easy. But the players cannot play in the roles that is demanded of this tactic. And I can understand why Amorim is struggling. And well, I'm like him. I'm struggling how to make it work. It's because they just can't play the roles that are needed in this system. We have 3 slow centre-backs. Midfielders who just are not up to the task. Now, the forwards are probably okay for FM standard. But you can't just rely on a bunch of forwards. The defence is awful. Even FM attributes are awful. He's going to be a menace. And probably Jota Silva. Nah, we'll leave him alone. But he will be a problem. So I understand what Amorim is going through, absolutely. And remind me never, ever to do a Manchester United save ever again. Watch the second half of the Dortmund game. Oh, Dortmund are playing actually tonight, are they? Yeah, I mean, and the ball-winning midfielder is not working either, which is what Amorim is playing. But here in this save, it's not working. And apart from that, the players that they have there available, Ugarte and Casemiro as the ball winners, like, I would prefer to have a transfer window, sell them, and get proper players in that can do a job. In fact, I've got them set as an anchor. Oh, God. Please, Cal, I don't mind getting sacked. Enough now. Enough. So, maybe I misread the lines. But they get behind us so easy. We've got no pace. No pace at all. And teams are just doing that at will. And it is because they're playing... Yeah, it's all down the flanks and they're still getting behind us. I never get given those as penalties, but the opposition get given them all the time. Oh, God in heaven. A 0 on target. Yeah, nothing except down the right-hand side. They're obviously targeting my left wing back, but he's on a support duty. Unless they're saying that Luke Shaw is rubbish, which he probably is. And they're 2-0 up now. Oh, boy. And it's all down the flanks. Down the left. So maybe it is Luke Shaw, who's an absolute liability. Who is that? Yeah, I'm absolutely getting cooked. This 3-4-3 is not working. And you've got to stay true to it. Consolation only. That defense is awful. Let's have a look at the... Still only down one side. Let's try and stop them playing the way they want to. Where is the second midfielder? He's out here, isn't he? The lines are tight. Not tight enough. That's why. That's why we are not winning. Because they can't pass, they can't tackle, and they've got behind us again. Can't pass, can't tackle, can't score. That's why we're not winning games. And that passing, see, they're totally down the flanks. but the standard line is not containing them. And that's because probably they've got really fast wingers. So I need to just stop closing down. I can't drop the line back any lower because I've only got 2 in midfield. There'd be huge gaps. So I can't drop the line lower. That's like a defensive tactic when you're holding on to a 1-0. But if we can't score goals, we ain't winning football matches. Absolutely, Bobby. And I understand why. Actually, I'm doing better slightly than Amorim. But I do understand why he's tearing his hair out. And the supporters, actually, when we looked at how the supporters were seeing things, the supporters were saying that they were upset by the lack of effort that the players are showing. That's really interesting. Because that is real life. And I don't know, the players aren't putting the effort in. But the supporters in here noticed they're upset because of the lack of effort that the players are putting in. Interesting or what? And then when I told them that they've got to step up their game, we then got to win. In fact, we didn't just win, we won 4-0. But this is what I'm used to seeing. It's the pass is not connecting. I mean, I've got now with this guy moving up, the libero moving up, we've got a 3 in midfield. So I could lower the line, but that's becoming totally defensive. We're creating chances, but we just don't score. I understand how he feels. Absolutely understand how he feels. But at least he's not being threatened with the sack. I'm being threatened with the sack all the time. And I'm doing better than he is. Come on. I've only been in this job for 3.5 months. Give me a break. And have you seen what I'm trying to deal with here? Trying to put into a shape that they don't want to play in. Maybe I need to give them all a big pay rise. And then they'll start playing again. Why are they come on, boys. Why are you shooting from 35 yards? Come on. If I put these in a 4-2-3-1, they would do a lot better. In my Ipswich save, the same players are absolutely running away with the league title. They are belting everyone. And they're playing in a 4-2-3-1. And they are definitely playing wing play. The lines are set correctly. They do have fast wingers, so we are going to get caught occasionally. But if we can get another goal, I'll make us favourites to win. Not like that, we won't. Our shooting is unbelievably bad. He's suffered a twisted knee. Good. Let's go and spend some time on holiday somewhere. I had a twisted ankle the other day. I didn't complain as much as that. They're all anxious, aggressive. He looks all right to me, but he's having a shit game again. As well as Lindelof. Let's try Diallo. Nothing to lose. See, he's out of position. And I think that Amorim knows that. He's not a number 10. A goalkeeper, Nana, was responsible for both the goals, was he? He's not going to get better either, is he? The goalkeepers never recover. So we just keep doing what we're doing. We're creating chances. We just didn't... Our goalkeeper just didn't show a bit of desire. Yeah, come on. Come on. Get a grip. Step up. Their attacking stats are very, very poor. Their shooting stats are awful. Their defending is dreadful. And their passing, you can see it visually. The passing stats are dreadful. Now, we've kept the main danger quiet since we spotted that. This is a case of like, come on, boys, let's get a goal. We've actually had all the highlights since we made that little tweak. I need to get the ball to Fernandez. So I'm going to change his role to advanced playmaker. Try and get the ball to him. Hopefully they will pass the ball to him now. And it's down the right-hand side, so I need to focus down the right-hand side. Well, it's just we sit and wait now by the look of it. Is anything going to happen? Still in 8th, but losing ground. Let's go attacking. That's probably a bad move. Let's send Kobe Mainu up to join them. Ah, come on, boys, come on. Do something. I'm tired of this. Sangare, Prowse, Morgan, Gibbs, White. I don't just give up. Luckily, I'm going away on holiday. And I don't have to think about this game for like 6 weeks. I've tried that as well, Rich. We've played a DLP in there. It doesn't make any difference whatever we have done. And the guys will back me up. We have tried the DLP. It didn't make any difference whatsoever. It's just bonkers. It's absolutely bonkers. And this is my fault because I'm not concentrating. They should... I'm even forgetting to do substitutions now. And that's my fault. But I've actually got to the point where I don't care because I don't believe this is being fair. And I think it's going on skill level that's over the whole year. And I don't think that's particularly fair. And so losing this one is my fault because I didn't make any subs. If I push the lines up, they will score. I know that for sure. I just have to just hope. Oh, God. How could you miss that? I think I'd have even scored that. Yeah, again, we just can't score. We've created enough chances. We've created double the amount of chances they've had. But if you can't score, then what do you do? They're just not good enough. And we gifted them with 2 goals at the beginning. There was never any way of coming back from that. 1 goal possibly, 2 goals, no chance. Unless we're going to get a late one, are we? He couldn't even score from there. So we've totally outplayed the opposition. Possession-wise, XG-wise, the amount of shots we've had, we just can't get them on target. Fernandez is the only one who's had a decent game. Maybe this is where I get sacked now. I'd actually be happy. Remind me never to do a Man United save again. At least in that shape. Yeah, I think they still have the European license. I think everything will be the same in terms of licenses. It's just that they've added the Prem. Who would I want to keep if there was a summer window? Of this lot, nobody. I wouldn't keep any of them. And I'm getting tired of saying to them we should have won that match based on the chances that we created. I'm getting tired of that. Good. Glad he's injured for a week. It means I don't have to worry about him being poor. Yeah, I know the pressure's mounting. But don't worry, I'm going to win the Europa League. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. Do we play the next game in that? Oh, that's another glitch I don't like. Yeah, so if we'll play this game, and if we lose this game now, I'll throw the PC out the window. That's the way I feel at the moment. So we'll just play this one. Because once the Europa League is done, then it's pointless after that. We're not going to win anything at all after that. But I just honestly think that these players are not good enough. Simple as that. But I think if they were playing in a 4-2-3-1, like players like Diallo and Garnacho would come in to force them. And unfortunately, you can't use Diallo, Anthony, and he's finding that in real life that, Garnacho is not a number 10. And he still plays like a winger, even though he's playing as a number 10, and it just doesn't work. And that's why his results are so bad. Yeah, that would be quite cool, Bobby, if they could get those licensed. Brazil too. That would be nice. Getting Brazil licensed instead of those 3-letter names. He likes playing Maguire, doesn't he? Really good in the air. It's probably a fair shout. Because Lindelof hasn't actually been inspiring me of late. So it's probably a fair shout, that one. Casemiro instead of Mainu. Casemiro is the better, according to FM, is the better of the two. Eriksen, Fernandes and Rashford. Well, let's try. But he's not a shadow striker. Nowhere near a shadow striker. Try Garnacho. Garnacho will do a better job there. Is Fernandes a shadow striker? I mean, that would be a daft move. Yeah, according to FM, he's a brilliant shadow striker. So maybe, and then put Eriksen can quite happily play as the attacking mid. He's got a bit of passing nous about him. Yeah, we'll try that. And we'll go positive. Direct counter-attack. So I'm actually going to try a different way of doing this. I'm going to push the line up a little bit. In case they come at me down the middle. We're in 8th. Could Amorim be blamed for being stubborn? Possibly, Andy. But he did tell the United board that he was going to play this way and he was not going to change. And that was before they hired him. So in the interview, he told them, this is the way I play and this is the way we're going to play and I'm not changing it. So at that point in the interview, they had the chance to say, oof, too risky. Or, as they did, they hired him and said, yeah, go on, play the way you want to play. So I guess, yeah, I mean, he could be to blame for his stubbornness. And that's what it'll probably come down to in the end. I agree with you, Andy. In the end, the fans will get fed up that he's not prepared to change. Like, yikes, there's like 8 friendlies being cancelled there for the youth players. Why? Oh, he looks quite decent. Attacking winger. But, no, not really. Although he's only 15 years old. I'm looking for something that's... He's got a lot of flares, good technique. 15 plus 9... I don't think he's going to become that good. Let's have a look at this forward. Give him... He could become a good player. He could become a very good player, that boy. He's physically good. His mentals are good for a 16-year-old. So he could become a good player. Kieran Wilson. Does anybody ever do this? I always do this, or at least try to remember to do it, because I don't want them coming back absolutely exhausted. And sometimes when they're playing in main competitions, you don't have this option. But this time out, we have this option to say, I don't want them playing, draining every ounce of energy before they come back. So I always do that. I try to always remember to do that. I have no idea what team to pick. I don't know if this is the right thing to do. Oh, let's go and do it anyway. He still wants to put a wide centre-back in the middle. One of the things I am going to do is take that off. I just want them to have a little bit more freedom. And work the ball into the box will slow everything down anyway. It's kind of the board, I think, need to get money in. I mean, they have to sell players first. Look at the problems Newcastle have been having. The last thing they want to do is upset the financial fair play stuff. And I think Challenger, they need to sell players, which I think they're looking to do before they can buy. They've brought that, what looks like a centre-back in. Where's the step up I want? Yeah, I need this. I expect you to get the result here. So I think that they have to sell. I mean, they're also short of money. United being short of money is something I've never heard of. But they are short of money. And they need to sell players first. Not to Chelsea. I don't mind selling Garnacho, but not to Chelsea. It's one that might come back and haunt you. The other thing to think about from Garnacho's point of view is he's not going to get in the team. The amount of players that Chelsea have up top, and Chelsea are in a situation where they've got to sell players now. Looking at this, they are... Again, the line is wrong. I can't play with a higher line against them. Not against that when I have no pace. Look at Marcus Rashford's passing. Our passing is absolutely shocking. And look at that. I expect Onana to have a better game than last time. Come on, we're only a goal down, boys. This should be a stroll in the park. I also wonder if their passing is so bad, should I get them to slow down? But he doesn't play slow football. And I've got to try and stay somewhat true to what he's doing. He plays high tempo football. I don't think it's direct. We could try standard passing, but I don't think he plays direct football. He plays much more. He wants them to play a shorter passing game. He wants them to be zipping the ball around. High tempo. Okay, what is this game trying to prove? Like, we haven't been able to find a goal in two games. What's all this fighting going on over here? It's a perfectly good goal as far as I'm concerned. Yes, what's the matter with you? So, we couldn't find a goal. Now that the chips are down in Europe, of course, we've been let off the hook again. Yeah, me too, Challenger. Absolutely. The game is nuts sometimes. But I've said, I said it in that video, it's hard to lose in Europe. You will always qualify for the group, and I've always said that it only gets difficult in Europe when you get to the quarterfinal, which is where we're going to be next time. Then it should get pretty difficult. I mean, even Ipswich in the Ipswich save, I'm willing to bet Ipswich get to the quarter-final of the Europa League. Be shit in the league, as usual, but they will get to the quarter-final in the Europa League, which is really daft. But hey-ho, it's just a computer game. Remind myself it's a computer game. But here's the thrashing we should have given them last time. What sort of a cross was that? What sort of a cross? Have I got crossing on? Yeah, low crosses. It was one of the floatiest I've ever seen. Nothing happening there. Little shift towards playing through the middle, but nothing too worrying yet. I think they did this last time. They shuffled it about a bit. And I thought I actually beat them last time. They are capable of shifting their lines. But now it's 2-2. He is checking for offside. I think that's a function of us attacking too much. Why has he run over there? No, I'm not going to work the ball into the box. It slows us down. So now it's 2-2, is it? Yeah, okay. We don't need to see it 3 times. As we're getting back into this, that the number of opportunities that we need compared to the number of opportunities that the opposition need is way out of sync. I'd actually like to get sign all their forwards. Time for everyone to dig in. But if I continue to be attacking, I think they're going to pick us off. So I think I'm going to drop down to positive. At least be aware that they can counterattack. I'm also just keeping an eye on that 19% down the middle. Let's put him on support. We've done this before. Stop that. I think we're going out of Europe, to be fair. I don't think we're going to make it. Yeah, they're dominating this game again now. If we throw a 2-0 lead away, I'm not going to be... Have we given away a penalty? Yeah. No penalty. Casemiro getting a red card. Oh, I can't have him on the pitch. We just can't have him on the pitch. Maguire also. Get off. Definitely down the flanks, isn't it? And now we're behind. Well, this could definitely be the sack. Maybe the players are trying to get me sacked. Oh, get off. I'm going to make changes. Maybe the players are just not playing for me. Right, let's attack them. We've got to try and get back into this game. It's down this side. They're definitely the standard line is the right thing to do. But what I've got to do is I've just got to go for it. We've got to go for it big time. We've put everybody on attack now. I'm going to try and hold the ball a little bit more, be a bit more patient. Make some subs. It's the defence again. 6.5. Goalkeeper again. The goalkeeper's coming off and is never playing again. And Delict. Shocking. I've only got Harry Maguire. Oh, I don't even have Harry Maguire, do I? Why won't that happen? Did he come off already? Oh yeah, for Lindelof. That's twice the goalkeeper's done that. Euro can come on. Luke Shaw, absolute disaster. Why is he on a DM? We're going to go all out attack now. We'll put him on support as well. Nothing else I can do. Going out of the Europa League. I thought we were going to get through this. I really thought we were getting through this. They're not a very fancy team. No, we are not floating crosses. We don't have big forwards up there. We have Rashford up top, remember? It's just not going to be, is it? Hit the post. You know when the game's saying it's not going to be. I mean, again, we've had all the game. Absolutely had all the game. We've absolutely taken them apart. We've taken them apart yet again. Let's get... I don't know what this game is doing at the moment. I have no idea. So let's go more direct now. Don't want to be doing that. The goalkeeper can be distributed to the opposition defence. We don't want to be dribbling or doing anything of that nonsense. Don't want to be doing that. Slow us down. Sometimes you just pray to be sacked. So in the last game against this lot, goalkeeper had a 6.3. In this game, he's had a 6.4. Not much I can do with that if your best goalkeeper can't keep goal. And the players you have can't score. We have to just get shots away now. Just pray to the gods. We're back in it. It's going to go to extra time, is it? This is diabolical. So the question is, what do you do in extra time? Yeah, this is last 16. Surprising, because normally you're allowed to sail through this. I think that as a part of this is because it's the old manager. If I changed the manager, it would be a different story. 6 minutes. Come on, we got one more highlight in you. Come on. No, we haven't. I mean, we've absolutely tanked them. We just haven't been able to defend. I think like they score from every time they go forward. I'm not happy. All right. I get one more sub, don't I? I think. Look at these two. They're knackered. As well as Fernandez. Fernandez is having a good game, though. He has to go on. Mazraoui has to go on. He's having a good game. I don't have anyone who can come in for Ugarte. He's going to have to go on. I'm going to have to take off Mazraoui, I guess. But I don't have anybody who can come on for Mazraoui either. Dalot could come over this side, and Malacia can come that side. Do I continue with the very attacking? I think so. We're rubbish at the back. Just keep thumping the ball forward. And hope that the defence holds out. If we can just, like, miss out the midfield, that will help. Come on, boys. Come on. We've got it. We've got at least one. Now I don't have no idea what to do. Do I hold on to this? Or at least try to hold on to this? Or do I keep doing this? I think we have to keep doing this. We found something that's worked in this game. We have to keep doing it. And the midfield's so tired, we might as well miss them out anyway. I think we just have to keep going. You think so, Joby? I would be so worried to shut up shop now. The way that my defence has played. I think the attack has kept us going. If we get another one, I'll shut up shop. Although suddenly, when we weren't doing this earlier and we were losing, we've started doing this and we've started winning. Oh, come on, ref. One of these days we're going to have to get one of those as a penalty. The opposition get them all the time. Defend, boys, defend. And this is where we could be dangerous. If they lose the ball and we get it up the pitch quickly, because we are playing direct now, this is where we could be dangerous. And that is another one. And I think it's probably game over now. Park the bus now. I don't want to change from this. I don't want to change at all from this. Because immediately I said we could be dangerous here. Because they're coming right out at us. They only had 3 back there. And we just carved them open. I don't want to change it, and yet I'm so nervous. We've dominated the game. We deserve to win. I could come back a little bit on the attacking momentum. But why? Why would you do that? Oh, almost another one. Now, somebody said earlier, play more direct. Is this the answer to the problems? Just play direct. Is there anything I can actually do here? I'm actually not allowed to do anything until the game starts. You just give this 5 minutes. See what happens. So maybe we should be playing direct. Just lump the ball up the pitch tactic. Oh, almost another one as well. Yeah, it was Rich said it. Yeah, maybe just go direct. Anana was the problem. I think maybe I'm the problem. Who knows? Maybe they're just not playing for me. And I think maybe we've got to try more direct in the next game. Because since we've gone direct, we're just stamping all over them. Almost another one. This is just really lump it up the pitch. I mean, we've absolutely pasted them, and we were like that, in all fairness. Can I make any more subs? No. That's it. We're done. We're 2 goals ahead, and I don't want to shut up shop unless they get one. I'm going to go back to attacking. Not positive, attacking. Just come off a little bit. Oh, we could have scored 4 in the second half of extra time. I think it's done. I think we're through. My nightmare scenario of penalties isn't going to materialise either. Good Lord. These episodes are getting harder and harder. We don't have enough men assigned to stay back. I don't care. I'll go back to positive then, and that'll sort that out. Everybody's attacking, that's why. Well, that was a nightmare game. But they're absolutely exhausted now. We live to fight another day. I expect the board are pleased that we've got to the quarterfinals. What do they say about that? Yeah, they're pleased with that. But we do have to challenge for the Europa League, and it's not happening. Slightly disappointed. Well, what do you think, boys? Do we go a little bit more direct from now on? Certainly wasn't working before. Just trying to remember what we did. Just pretty much counter-attacking with more direct passing, wasn't it? We didn't play for set pieces. We weren't working the ball into the box. Attacking. The goalkeeper was distributing to the opposition half. We'll try it. That might be the key. Yeah, might be the key to it. We'll give it a try. We're willing to try anything. We're willing to try anything. But what time is it? Oh my good God, it's 11 o'clock. Time for me to go and get something to eat and a cup of tea. And we will continue next time. Thanks, guys, for popping by. I do appreciate it. It's good always to say hello. It's good to get some support when things are not going right. And I do appreciate your support. Thanks, guys. In fact, it's nicer playing. Hi, Stefan. I didn't see you there. Hi and good night. It's always better playing FM when you're playing with other people. It's great. I love it. And you guys should try it sometimes. It's a lot of fun. Thanks for coming along. I do appreciate it. We've got up to somehow, I think it's 9,036 subscribers now. We're going well. Thank you for all your support. I really do appreciate it. And leave us a like before you go. I'd love that. Thanks very much, guys. Take care. Be safe. And I'll see you in this save on Thursday. We'll be at Ipswich tomorrow afternoon.